Good morning. Hey, we're back here with Big Stick BBQ doing ribs today. We're going to prep some. I bought these ribs at the local cash and carry, and they were $1.99 a pound. If I wanted to buy St. Louis style ribs, I would have bumped up to about $2.99 a pound. So I just want to show you a quick way to save $1 a pound and trim your own ribs. First thing you want to do is right here, you see this diaphragm flap. We're just going to take that right off. So you want to get yourself a nice sharp paring knife or a boning knife, and we're just going to pull on that a little bit and it'll come right off. Trims right up down to the ribs. You don't want to throw that away. A lot of folks will just throw that away. The butcher shop throws it away. But you want to save that, season it up, and we'll put it on the grill. Something to gnaw on well. So we've got the diaphragm flap trimmed off. Now we want to take what's called the silver skin. And you just want to get your knife, a butter knife, or the back side of a spoon, and get underneath it. Once you get underneath it and get something to pull on, you can grab a paper towel and just get a hold of that silver skin, and it comes right off. Paper towel helps get a hold of it. But you can see that is just one tough piece of membrane, so we get rid of that. And we just want to pull it right off. Flip this around, get the other side off. Should come off fairly easy. Might have to work it up a little bit. If you go in above the bone, you can get underneath it pretty readily and get yourself a flap to pull on. Alright, we've just got all the silver skin off of there now. Now you just want to trim it up a little bit, get rid of some of that extra fat and anything that might end up leaving a little char on your ribs. So you can scrape up a little flap and take that right off. Once you've got it trimmed up the way you want it, I personally like to leave a little bit of fat on because it adds so much flavor. Take your ribs, you can find right at the top of the bone a gap, and that runs right on down the ribs. And then down here at the end, the last rib, we can just cut right there. So we're going to find it and trim these down just right at the top of the rib. You can see, you can run your knife right on down there and it comes right off. Now you don't want to throw this away. There's a lot of good meat on here. So we're going to save it. So we're going to cut that off, set it aside for now. We will be using that and season it up just like we do our ribs. So I've cut it square at the bottom. So now you can see I've taken a $1.99 spare rib rack, turned it into a $2.99 a pound St. Louis rib cut. Spare ribs into $2.99 a pound St. Louis ribs, just by doing our own trimming. And again, you can trim up as much as you want. Get rid of any of that loose flaps. And then we're going to get ready, and as normal, just like we did with the brisket and with the pulled pork, we're going to season these with our dry rub. And I was thinking this morning that I think I'll do a video on my dry rub and my barbecue sauce so you can see what goes in it. We'll give you the measurements and everything. It's not going to be as good as it is when I make it, of course, and so, but we'll show you how we do that. So we're going to take the rib slabs now, and some folks put mustard, regular yellow mustard on their ribs just to hold the rub on better. Haven't found that rub comes off. So again, we're going to season those up real liberally, just like we did with the pulled pork and the brisket. We're going to rub that in there. You want to get all sides and edges. Make sure we're all good and covered. All right, you can see that we've got our ribs all rubbed up, and you can also see that the rub rub is actually beginning to soak in. It's lost that dry look, which means that it's starting to absorb into the ribs. So just to finish those off before we put them on the smoker, we're gonna put a little bit of little bit of light brown sugar over the top, just to kind of layer in another flavor. And it also, as the brown sugar begins to break down and melt, it also seals that rub right in there. We're gonna just give another light dusting of our rub on top of that. We're gonna repeat this 2 more times, and next time we get together, we'll be out at the smoker. All right, so we got the ribs, the trimmed up ones, going on my Traeger smoker. Got it on medium right now. It's gonna go about an hour. Turn it a couple times, and then we'll drop it down to smoke and get some real good smoke flavor on those. Doesn't that look amazing? Over here in the in my electric smoker, we're getting ready to put on, we're getting ready to put on all the trimming pieces that we have. We're starting with mesquite over here, and then we'll switch to applewood. We're going to run about 225 to 250 degrees. It is a cold day, so it's taking a little while for these to warm up. But these are all the pieces we trimmed off when we made our spare ribs into St. Louis style ribs. And too much good meat to just get rid of, so we're going to smoke this up as well. And probably have it for lunch. So. All right, here we are. It's getting dark already. It is about 4 hours into it. The Masterbuilt pellet electric smoker has been going at about 240 to 250 for 4 hours. And these are our trimmed pieces. You can see, let me get in out of the light. You can see that it is coming right along. We've already taken the little pieces in the house and we've been nibbling on those. That's a little snack candy. So anyway, we're gonna let these go for another hour. And they ought to be just about done. Main ribs going. They're running at about, I started them out at medium at about 280 for about 2 hours. They've been on smoke at about 180 for the last couple hours. And you can see there, they're starting to pull away from the bones. Got a good caramelization, good smoke flavor. Those are going to be all done in about an hour as well. All right, we're going to be done out here in about an hour. Both smokers will get shut off. Our guests are coming at 6, so that's a good thing. Things are looking good. I'll see you later. Here we are. We're about 6 hours after we put these on. They've been resting for about a half an hour. Now it's time to cut them. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is some living there. So we're going to flip them right over. Just going to cut these apart, plate them up for dinner. Our guests tonight are on their way. Oh, look at how easy those cut. It's just like butter. Let me show you one of those. Oh, that's some good eating there. We got a nice smoke ring, good caramelization, great color. Let me show you how we're going to finish. That's some good there. We're going to finish off by putting a little more of our mop on it. Just gonna put a little bit on there. This is our mop. It's 50-50 apple cider vinegar and apple cider. And then we're just gonna give another dusting of our rub right on top. And just for kicks and giggles, I'm gonna put just a little bit of green onion across the top.